comments, this is non-fiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain. You were
entertainment. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Nonpfixion, back at you one more time with a brand new reaction. And this time we are going to do a reaction from the channel Emergency Awesome and its host Charlie. Charlie does a great job over there at Emergency Awesome. Oh my, like the breakdowns that he does for comic book movies, TV shows, movies in general, and the trailers. So informed and great information, great work. If you have not checked him out, please check out Emergency Awesome. There'll be a link in the description. He has stuff on all superhero stuff, but also when Game of Thrones was hot, he did a lot of stuff with Game of Thrones, The Mandalorian, DC, of course, also Rick and Morty. I mean, the big thing is, of course, what's coming out in Spider-Man and all the other stuff. But if you have the opportunity, please check his channel out. Like I said, there will be a link in the description. But this video right here is pertaining to what a lot of people felt was a possibility of Doctor Strange being a part of Wandavision. Because, you know, with everything going on with Wandavision and her having this dome up basically of magic, and people are like, well, how can Strange not be involved? Especially being that this dome was in New Jersey and they were right down the street in New York. So I heard that he wasn't able to be there because of, you know, what was going on in the world, because he couldn't get a flight. He couldn't really come across because the borders was closed. Like everything was closed. Nobody could fly because of what was going on in the world, the pandemic and the virus. So that's what I heard. Now we're going to see what Charlie found out and what information he's going to give us about Doctor Strange and his involvement, or what would have been his involvement in WandaVision. So let's get it.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my new Doctor Strange 2 video. They just revealed a whole bunch of deleted scenes from WandaVision that were going to feature Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, teasing the movie. So we'll break it all down. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs confirming a bunch of big theories, a bunch of scenes they basically deleted at the last minute.
I have an idea.
He was originally a much bigger part of the plot of all the episodes than we ever believed. And some of the weirder, more confusing aspects of the show make a lot more sense when you hear what he was doing in each of the episodes. If you're brand new to the channel, I'll be doing videos for all the Marvel Phase 4 Disney Plus series. Be sure to subscribe to get all those episodes. Loki is going to be the next big one. So careful for spoilers for everything that happened on the WandaVision episodes if you haven't seen those yet. But I'll just start at the beginning here and just number these as we go along just to stay organized. But you probably saw this week it was revealed that Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange storyline during WandaVision started with all of the commercials, those weird fake commercials that you saw in most of the episodes. So what was supposed to happen is that prior to the events of episode 1, right after Wanda broke down and created the Hex without really realizing what she was doing, just letting herself be overwhelmed with her grief and loneliness after kind of being pushed there over the edge by Tyler Hayward and Sword, the really dark twist on that is that we actually found out that he was doing that on purpose, trying to get her to use her magic to bring Vision back to life, so to speak, reactivate him. That was why some of his dialogue sounded so weird, like he'd been developing a working theory that she could somehow reactivate Vision's dead body. They've been trying to reactivate Vision's body through that whole 5-year time gap between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. But he successfully pushes her into that full mental breakdown. She creates the Hex, and the event is so extreme in magnitude that it sets off pretty much every single magical alarm that Doctor Strange has around the Earth, helping him monitor magical cosmic threats from other dimensions, because as he told Iron Man when they had their big bro-off moment, his #1 job is protecting the main MCU reality. He also kind of referenced that when he was talking about Loki with Thor earlier. Your brother is on the list. So, of course, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, would sense when Wanda created the Hex. She was also doing it in New Jersey, just one state over, which isn't that far away from the Sanctum in New York City. So right after this moment, the Hex goes up and Wanda drives into Westview during the opening scene of episode 1 with the fake version of Vision she created, Hex Vision, in the 1950s with everything all black and white. And while that's happening, Doctor Strange is not able to portal into the Hex, just to snap his fingers and dispel the magic, make everything go away, because of the way Wanda's chaos magic works. And Scarlet Witch has just gone full-blown comic book Scarlet Witch too. Like Agatha Harkness said, "You are the Scarlet Witch." They explained during episode 1 in those flashbacks that she was actually born with chaos magic, and the way they clarify chaos magic is that it's magic without a cost, and it also gives her the ability to weave spells, weave magic without incantations. So she doesn't need to learn a spell out of a book the same way Doctor Strange has to learn, like he has to read a book to learn how to do something before he can do it. That's why little girl Scarlet Witch here is able to stop Iron Man's Stark Tech bomb from exploding by throwing up a probability spell before she ever thought about studying magic. I did a video earlier this year about why that happened. So in the comics, Scarlet Witch, when she was born, was actually imbued with chaos magic by Chthon, the god of chaos.
Carnage.
So that's why she's born with this crazy OP level of power. When she came into contact with a Mind Stone, it just amplified her power off the charts. So she always had access to chaos magic. It just after the Infinity Stone encounter, it was like the stream inside her turned into this raging river, taking her power off the charts.
Is she now the strongest?
And that's where you get to that prophecy about her.
Because of her ability?
That she's supposed to be more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. The Darkhold was also written by Chthon, the god of chaos. So that's why Doctor Strange wasn't immediately able to portal into the Hex and stop everything on a dime. The Hex would not let him in. The magic was too powerful. So Doctor Strange's workaround for this during the series was to try and communicate with Wanda, send her subliminal messages to try and get her to realize what was happening and snap out of it. Doctor Strange was supposed to be the person creating the fake commercials that we were watching. The first one in episode 1 was the Stark Tech toaster, which was meant to represent the bomb that killed her parents. That's why you hear the arc reactor sounds and the same ticking sounds that the bomb makes in the flashback scene from episode 8. It's also the reason why the same people
because for the most part, all the commercials would have been something that would have knocked her out of her,
he did on them
consciousness
with the
into the
Strucker
real world.
Will make time for you. The third one was the Hydra Soak commercial with the Tesseract-shaped soap, and it was a huge metaphor for Wanda avoiding her problems, Calgon style. Calgon, take me away from all my problems into a fake reality that I created for myself. The fourth one was the Legos paper towels, which is a reference to her oops, quote-unquote, mess that she created during the events of Captain America Civil War. Like the red represents the blood of the people that she killed inadvertently through collateral damage when she was trying to stop Crossbone's explosion. And the Yo Magic one was meant to be Doctor Strange telling Wanda about what Agatha Harkness was doing to her inside the Hex. So that also kind of reveals that Doctor Strange knew about Agatha Harkness the whole time.
Magic.
Snacking on her magic, so
I mean,
to speak,
even though it
until
makes
she
sense
would
before
eventually just
when people
away,
said
like
it,
the other witches
but now it really
from
makes
her
sense when it's
covenant.
like him
Later,
saying
you
she
do see
wants
her
Yo
arms
Magic.
turn gray after Agatha starts to siphon off some of her magic.
That makes
and that
sense.
last one, the whole Nexus commercial, was Doctor Strange being way more overt about it, trying to explain to her how she was a Nexus being in the multiverse. Basically like the same everywhere, like one Wanda across the entire multiverse. In the comics, Nexus beings are these big focal points for energy, which also sort of goes hand in hand with the idea that she's this mythical being, the Scarlet Witch. But during the commercial, there's the dialogue saying, you should not take Nexus unless your doctor has cleared you to move on with your life. And the woman picks up the Nexus pills from the doctor. That was supposed to be Doctor Strange more overtly referencing himself, like Doctor Strange is the doctor,
if
and
you're
he's
a
telling
Nexus
Wanda
being,
that
you're
he's
the
going to help treat her like a regular doctor and help her learn about her chaos magic powers and sort out this prophecy in the Darkhold about her bringing about the end of the world. You have to remember, the reason why he's called Doctor Strange isn't because he's Sorcerer Supreme. He's called Doctor Strange because he is a medical doctor. Then what would have happened after that is that during the finale, he would have finally appeared on screen, taught her what it all meant, how chaos magic works, and how to use those runes that she uses to trap Agatha Harkness. He would have also helped her sort out what was going on with Billy and Tommy as well. Like they have that big post-credit scene tag. That was always going to be part of the series, teasing Doctor Strange 2 more overtly. But according to Kevin Feige, what had signed Benedict Cumberbatch to this special contract to do the WandaVision episodes, all of his scenes, and then the virus happened. So for a number of different reasons, they had to rework a lot of the plot, and they just rewrote things again. Then at the last minute, when it came time to make a decision about Benedict Cumberbatch, they opted to just leave him on the cutting room floor, so to speak, and completely rewrote the finale. Also because they got rid of his scenes, and he was such a big part of the plot, they had to rework and add some extra scenes in reshoots later. Like this scene where they're fighting each other and she throws the rooms up around the hex, surprising Agatha Harkness. During the reshoots, they had to add that dialogue where she says, "No one taught me how to do this," because they wanted it to feel like Wanda figured this out
I was thinking of it, I forgot about it.
Instead of Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange teaching her how to do it, which was originally what was going to happen. The post-credit scene that they have with her studying from the Darkhold, trying to learn more about chaos magic, was always going to be part of the series, and it was always going to be a direct teaser for Doctor Strange 2. Billy and Tommy were always going to be crying out to her from the multiverse.
What do you think it might be?
That's what they're implying. Like they're crying out to her from some other dimension, and she's going to
so they can feel right about something
during Doctor Strange 2.
But it's probably not.
To teasing the villain of Doctor Strange 2, because everyone has theories about who that's going to wind up being. If it's going to be Chthon, the god of chaos, because it kind of seems what they're implying during the series, or if it's going to wind up being Nightmare, completely different character, or if they're even going to reference Mephisto. I do love
Could it be multiple villains? Will they do multiple villains? Because it's two superpowered beings that can fight
is really a trick of the villain of Doctor Strange 2, trying to bait her to
and
do something,
we will be introducing
to bring about this prophecy, this
young Avenger as well.
So essentially, Kevin Feige says they got rid of Benedict Cumberbatch's scenes because they didn't want him to undermine Wanda's character arc during the series. They were worried that if he showed up in the finale, that's all anybody would be talking about, and everyone would just completely forget about Wanda's character arc. And Kevin Feige said that he didn't want WandaVision as a series just to feel like it was a glorified teaser for Doctor Strange 2. So it sounds like originally they had planned for way more Doctor Strange 2 crossover scenes and Easter eggs throughout all the different episodes. It confirms a lot of theories because there were various points during the series where it felt like they were trying to reference Doctor Strange 2 or Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange in some way. After the WandaVision finale and after the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, a lot of the people behind the series, the different producers, talked about trying to create the show in the edit room the same way that they create the Marvel movies. Like they'll shoot a whole bunch of stuff, they'll try a bunch of different things, then they'll try to sew it all together in the edit bay so that it all makes sense. And sometimes that works better than others. Like it doesn't work quite as much on a TV show where you really have to plot everything out pretty carefully in advance. So if you felt like there were some continuity gaps or some things on WandaVision didn't make sense, it's because they rewrote a lot of things at the last minute and tried some things that were completely different from their original plan that they had plotted out. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what do you think about all these Doctor Strange deleted setting up Doctor Strange 2 and their big crossover moments during the WandaVision episodes? Do you think they made the right call in just deleting all that stuff and just leaving all their big crossover stuff for the actual Doctor Strange 2 movie? We're probably going to get that first Doctor Strange 2 trailer in a couple months, so we won't have to wait too long to see what's going on with that. Cannot wait to see what Sam Raimi did with that movie. Congratulations, Liam Gahagan. You're the giveaway winner from my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everyone click here for that brand new Marvel Phase 4 trailer and the Eternals trailer, and click here for my brand new Loki Episode 1 trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys tonight.
Thank you, Charlie. Oh, you want the classic X-Men ending. Okay, so what we find out is that not only was Strange going to be in it, he was actually going to be a major part of the series. And they say he was supposed to have an influence on multiple episodes, even all of the episodes. I think now it would have been cool to see him on the screen too. You know, it definitely would be cool because as a person who enjoys comic book movies and comic books, you know, theatrics and theater stuff and TV shows, you just want to see it. But I do think it would have taken away from Elizabeth Olsen's screen time. And more people would have been focused on him and what was coming next with Doctor Strange 2. So in this essence as to what took place, I'm understanding more, especially why the finale looked the way it did, because it did look like it it looked good. It was cool. It was fun, but there's some parts that just left some open-ended windows. And I mean, you can only do so much with TV. Like they say, you can't do it like you do in movies where you can shoot all these multiple uh, storylines and plot lines, and then hey, we're just gonna pick this. We're gonna pick this. We're gonna pick this. Can't do that because you have to stick by a certain time. And because of that, and it's different. Is because of that, the movies can do whatever they want. But because of that, they had to do it the way they did it. And two is, I really do think that because of the pandemic, him not being able to leave the UK and come to the US is a big part of it. And they're probably not going to say that. They're probably not going to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say it the way it is. Kind of keep it on them, like, oh, it's just the way we did things. It's on us. But I mean, I'm okay with it. I am definitely okay with how the show turned out. I'm okay with him not being there, even though that was questions that we all asked in the first couple episodes: is how could there have not been not a single Avenger? And it's really because what was going on. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? But in this essence, they're saying it would have taken away from the story. It would have taken away from her screen time. It would have taken away from, make her being the star. And I think that is true. Now, if he would have shown up in the very end, you know what I'm saying, to teach her about the ruins, like a montage, which that probably would have felt rushed too. So he probably would have had that shown up in episodes 2 and 3, you know what I'm saying? Because of how everything was looking and how everything went down, he probably would have had to. But then it would have changed. It would have changed the reveal. The reveal of Agent Harkness. That wouldn't have been so like, that wouldn't have been one of those moments like, oh my god, like it wouldn't have been one of those moments. It'd have been just like, oh, okay, because it's still, the story would have been Doctor Strange 2, and how it's going to involve Scarlet Witch. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can understand what they did and why they did it. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that you still wish he would have been there, or are you okay with how the series turned out? Of course, we all have our many complaints about little plot holes here and there, but for the most part, it still was a good show. It was a good few episodes. It was a good story, and it was entertaining. It was really fun. So, and then I think it would have taken away from the scenes of at the end where, where Vision, White Vision, and Hex Vision were fighting each other and talking, and it would take away from the scenes between Agatha and Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I just think it would have definitely taken away from the series, and I think the way we raved over the series, it wouldn't have been the same. And I think that raving we did over the series is what pushed so many of us to go watch The Falcon and Winter Soldier. And it's kind of like, it was like a ball of motivation, a ball of just like when it was just, the hype was on that side. And so we just kept the hype pushing right into The Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I think that if that was there, it would have answered so many questions and not left too many things to question for us, where we still would have wanted to watch it, but it probably wouldn't have been, the hype wouldn't have been as great as it was, because there are a lot of people that was asking me questions like, do you think there's going to be something involving WandaVision in here? And I didn't really think so, but I mean, of course, anything's possible. Anything's possible. So, but yeah, thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate you. I love you guys. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Join the family, the Fiction Fam. We always have space at the table. We're always willing to make another, pull the table to the side, pull the table to the chair, pull the chair to the table. Let me get that together. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. And like I said, if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. Peace, love, and I'm out.